Hello, kia ora, and welcome to another special edition of CookieCast, the podcast that's all about the Cook Islands. I'm John Roberts, and as the nation continues a year of celebrations marking 60 years of self-government, I'm taking a look back at events so far. Events that have brought the nation together in an unprecedented way, but against a background of increasing political tensions about its future.
Kua kite au I tōku tūranga, e awai ki tōku. I know who I am. I have a homeland.
Prime Minister Mark Brown announcing the theme of the celebrations marking 60 years of self-government in the Cook Islands before the launch of the main events on the 25th of July, when he lit a symbolic beacon and the national anthem echoed across the capital island of Rarotonga.
The official flame of Tamagodui 60 years Cook Island celebration anniversary. Tōka kara mai tātou tuatau I ariki mai I tia tūrangaki.
That homeland the Prime Minister spoke of is spread across nearly 2 million square kilometres of the sparkling blue South Pacific Ocean, an area the size of Europe and 3 times the size of Texas. 15 tiny islands, with a resident population of around 15,000, swelled by thousands more for 12 days of special events. And for arrivals from the most remote Cook Islands in the far north, it meant a long journey by sea. In some cases, that was a voyage of nearly 1,300 kilometres, such as from the tiny island of Nassau, not only to play a part in the celebrations, but to reunite with family.
Kia ora, my name is Ketia, and I came from the island of Nassau. I've joined the Te Mai Vanui Pukapuka Nassau team. I'm very grateful to be able to meet my 2 brothers again, Ata and Yemo. We haven't seen them for a couple of years, so I'm really happy to be able to see them again and for them to meet our family.
Te Mother Nui is the biggest and most important event in the nation's calendar, celebrating the day when self-government became a reality on August the 4th, 1965. A colourful cacophony of singing, dancing, drumming and music, this year spread over 12 days, but starting, as in previous years, with a noisy parade. 45 lavishly decorated floats wound their way through Avarua, each one telling a story of heritage and pride. All 12 inhabited Cook Islands were represented, and joined this year by others from neighbouring parts of the South Pacific.
Malolele and Kirana. We are the Tongan community here in the Cook Islands, and we are very proud to call this place home, our home away from home. So thank you very much, Cook Island, for looking after us, and congratulations. We are here for the next 11 days to help you celebrate your 60th anniversary of self-government. Thank you, and malolele.
Yaorana, je m'appelle Mirela Simpson, and I am part of the Tahitian Cook Islands community. Our float is depicting our ancestral connections that we have between Tahiti and the Cook Islands. Particularly, we wanted to highlight our voyaging connections and our voyaging ancestral connections. And so our float is depicting a mountain, which is the Cook Islands and or Tahiti, and our waka behind is again our voyaging connection, and it's full of fruits, uru, taro, and coconuts, because that's what we did back in the day. So it's really showcasing the past, the present, and we are the future here with our tamarikis. Maitaki!
Thousands lined the route of the parade, with many not only cheering but joining in. As the national newspaper Cook Islands News put it, Rarotonga burst into a sea of beauty, colour, pride and joy. But in 2025, this is just part of a whole year of celebrations that began on the 1st of January with the Prime Minister sending a message to the nation.
In 1965, we created history by becoming an independent nation. We are now 60 years old. So today, let's start creating a new history that people in 60 years' time will look back at us.
And in the face of increasing concerns about a controversial new partnership with China, he voiced a confidence in the nation's independence and a maturity, some might say defiance, to choose its own future.
In 1988, New Zealand declared to the United Nations that the Cook Islands enters into its treaties and international organizations and diplomatic relations of its own accord. A powerful recognition of our autonomy. Our joint centenary declaration in 2001 further affirmed our ability to conduct our own foreign affairs as a sovereign and independent state.
There were no politics, though, at Rarotonga Airport when people replaced planes on the tarmac in one of the first events of the 60th anniversary celebrations. More than 3,000 islanders and tourists turned up on the 29th of January for a rare opportunity to walk the 2.3 kilometres of runway.
Thank you, Airport Authority, for letting us come on your airport. It's all the people very happy, very happy. Good atmosphere here. Everyone's happy.
It was also 51 years to the day when Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, the island's head of state, opened a new terminal and runway which could handle the latest jet aircraft. Itself one of the most significant milestones of the past 60 years. No celebration in the Cook Islands would be complete without a feast, or kai. So, no surprise that February saw a food festival, this one linked to the breadfruit, or kuru, which has been a part of the country's diet for centuries. Cook Islands Tourism called it a culinary celebration of identity, heritage and connection to the Cook Islands homeland through food. Tourism CEO Carla Eggleton.
We have such great traditions, such great customs, and we have these foods that mean so much to us from to provide us nutrition and sustenance as a people. Now is an opportunity for us to take the humble kuru and put it into a modern setting, our restaurants, and see how we can share it with people who want to learn about our customs.
Events climaxed with a cook-off to find the best breadfruit stew. Tai Kai Tour from Moke took the top honour, and here's his recipe in case you want to make a note of it. The humble kuru, onions, a tin of wonderful palm corned beef, and freshly squeezed coconut cream. That music is at the opening to a series of short videos, which are one of the most remarkable contributions to the anniversary celebrations. 60 islanders give an insight, in their own words, into their lives and their part in the nation's life. There are profiles of 30 making an impact worldwide, and a spotlight on 30 under-30s who are shaping the future. Among the young generation is 25-year-old Tarito Story. Her job involves helping islanders deal with the challenge of climate change and carrying the message about its impact on the islands to the rest of the world.
Climate change is interconnected throughout everyone's life, throughout all aspects of our life. The impacts are going to be seen much more obviously, I think, in the upcoming years. So I think part of our job is awareness for climate change. So I think getting that message across to our youth especially is important. We attend international climate change conferences, and at those conferences, a lot of the time, our attendance isn't really there compared to the bigger countries. So a lot of times we do get overlooked. So our representation and our voice in those rooms really matters, because we're trying to fight for an approach and a solution to climate change that's not one size fits all, but that also takes into account our small islands, our special circumstances, our small populations, our isolation, things like that.
Back at the airport, there's a lasting legacy of the 60th anniversary celebrations in the form of 15 stunning murals. Each features prominent creatures, well-known objects, or places specific to each of the 15 Cook Islands. The airport authorities say they realise not all tourists can visit other islands, so this is a way for them to gain a sense of each island. Patrick Arioka, chairman of the Airport Authority Board, explained their significance.
These murals are something that not only just holds the roofing of this building, it not only holds the wall of this building, it holds the spirit of our people, those who have come, and has been part of the history of this location, the history of this airport, and the history of our people who are yet to come.
To visitors, all these celebrations are a holiday treat, but they've taken months of careful organising. Emil Kairua from the Ministry of Cultural Development was tasked with that job, and he looks at the celebrations as a national family reunion, as he told me earlier this year in another CookieCast podcast.
People are so worried about counting the pennies and justifying, the cost of doing this and the other, and trying to apportion things to other areas. But there is nothing more important than bringing the family together. There is nothing more important than acknowledging each other at once or twice a year, or in our case, every 3 or 4 years. Why bother? Because we have to. We have to continue looking at our people as a very important part of our lives. That we're able to bring them together in one place under one roof to share and fellowship and break bread and celebrate the so many achievements that we've had as a people. Not many countries in the world can find a reason to celebrate. Nations often find that they're overwhelmed by the issues of their day and of their situations, where we in the Cook Islands need to step up out of our situations and acknowledge what we've got that we can be proud of.
A concert filled with singing, partying and prize-giving brought the Tamava Nui part of the 60th anniversary celebrations to a close at the National Auditorium, along with some reflections from the island's Premier, Mark Brown.
As our Prime Minister, I couldn't be more proud. Proud of our people, proud of our culture, proud of our unity that we've seen. This is what 60 years of self-governance looks like. A confident people. Your dedication has made this celebration a wonderful legacy. When we look back, everyone will remember the 60 years that we celebrated our country.
But what will the next 60 years look like? The nation has fallen out with longtime partner New Zealand over a new relationship agreement with China, and it's just agreed to work with the USA on controversial plans for seabed mining, in which Beijing is also keenly interested. A tiny nation being courted by the world's superpowers, but to what end? For now, it's an uncertain future. But the anniversary celebrations continue until the end of the year. And whatever the future may hold, let's all wish a very happy 60th birthday to the Cook Islands. Now, I'm not quite up to saying that in the local lingo, but what I can manage is to say, Metaki Mata, many thanks for listening. I'm John Roberts, and this is CookieCast. Join me again soon for more insights into the Cook Islands. And let me leave you for now with more of the island's national anthem as it echoed across Rarotonga.